Is she to be buried in Christian burial that willfully seeks her own salvation?
I tell thee she is, and therefore make her grave straight. The crowner hath on her, and finds it Christian burial.
How can that be if she drowned herself in her own defense?
Why is found so?
Has this fellow have no feeling of his business? He sings at grave making.
Custom hath made it in him a property of easiness.
Oh, 'tis e'en so. The hand of employment hath the daintier sense. That skull had a tongue in it, and could sing once.
Ay, my lord.
Why, e'en so, and now my lady, worthless, worms, trackless, and knocked out about the maze with sexton's spade. Here's a fine revolution, and we had to trick to see it. There's another way. Why may not be that the skull of a lawyer hung? This fellow might be in its time a great lawyer of land, with his statues, his recompense, his fines, his double vouchers, his risk recovery. I will speak to this fellow, whose grave this is.
The pity for to be made for such a just as eat.
I think it will be thine, indeed, for thou knowest isn't.
You allow out, sir, and therefore it is not. Yours for my part I do not lie in it, and yet it is right.
Thou dost lie in it, to be in it, and to say thine. 'Tis for the day, not for the quick, therefore thou liest.
'Tis a quick lie, sir. 'Twill away again from me to you.
What man dost thou do it for?
For no man, sir.
What woman then?
For none, no.
Who is to be buried in it?
One that was a woman, sir, but rest assured, she's dead. Hear the skull now. The skull hath slain in the earth 23 years. A whoreson mad fellow it was. Whose do you think it was?
Nay, I know not.
A pestilence on him, for a mad rogal, a poured up flagon of Rhenish on my head once. This same skull, sir, was York's skull, the king's jesting.
This?
E'en that.
Let me see. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him. Horatio, a fellow infant jest. Me, borne me on his back 1,000 times, and now how bored in my imagination it is. My gorge rims at it. Here hung the lips that I have kissed. I know now not how of it. Where be your gibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that were wont to set on the table of war? Not one now to mock your own grinning, quite chapfallen. Now get to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint an inch thick. To this favorite she must come. Make her laugh at this. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one more thing.
What's that, my lord?
Doust, think, Alexander looked old-fashioned, aye, the earth,
E'en so.
and smelt so.
Even so, my lord.
To what base uses may return, Horatio? Why may not imagination trace the noble dust of Alexander till he find it stopping at a bunghole?
'Twere to consider curious.
What ceremony else?
That is, Laertes, a very noble youth. Mark.
What ceremony else?
Her obsequies have been as far enlarged as we have warranties her death was doubtful. And but that great command, O airways the order. Her maiden statements and the bringing home, O
What? The fair Ophelia?
Sweet to sweet farewell. I hope thou should have been my Hamlet's wife. I thought my wife, my bride, bed to have that sweet maid, and not have stirred thy grave. O terrible world, full 10 times trouble the cursed head, whose wake did thy most ingenious sense, the bride the oath, whole of the earth, a while still I have got her, once more in my arms. Leap into the grave. Now pile your dust upon the Greek and dead. Still of this flat a mountain you have made. Overboard, O Pellenian, or that skyish head of blue Olympus.
What is he whose grief bears such an emphasis? Whose phase of sorrow conjures the wandering stars and makes them stand like wonder-wounded haters? This is I, Hamlet the Dane.
The devil take my soul.
Ay, thou prayest not well. I prithee, take these fingers off from my throat, for thou, I am not splentative and rash, yet I have something in me dangerous, which let thy witnesses fear hold off. Why, I will fight with him upon this theme until my eyelids will no longer wag.
O my son, what theme?
I loved Ophiella. 40,000 brothers could not, with all their quantity of love, make up my sum. What will thou do for her?
Oh, he is mad, Laertes.
For love of God, forbade him.
I once did hold it, as our status due, a baseness to write fair and labored much. How to forget that learning? But sir, now it did me yeoman's service. Wilt thou know the effect of what I wrote?
Ay, good my lord, how was it sealed?
Why, even in the heaven ordained, I had my father's signet in my purse, which was the model of the Danish seal, folded, though writ up in the form of other, subscribed it, gave it the impression, placed it safely, the changing never know.
So Guildenstern and Rosencrantz go to it?
Why, man, they did not make love to this employment. They are not near my conscience. Their defeat does their own insinuation grow. 'Tis dangerous when the basser nation comes between the past and fell incense poise of mighty opposites.
Speaks of hand.
The consurency, sir. Why do we wrap the gentleman in our more rarer breath?
As wagered with 6 Barbary horses, against which he's imponed, as I take it, 6 French rapers and poniers, with their assigns as giggard, hangers, and so.
What call you the carriages?
I knew you must be edified by the margins you had done.
The carriages, sir, are the hangers.
The phrase would be more German to the matter if we could carry cannon by our sides. I would it might be hangers till then, but on 6 Barbary horses. Got it.
Stay, give me drink. Hamlet, the pearl is thine. Here's to thy health.
I'll play the bout first. Set it a while. Come, they play.
A touch,
Son shall win.
his fat and scan of breath. Here, Hamlet, take my napkin, brow my brows, the queen carouses to the fortune of Hamlet.
Good madam.
Gertrude, do not drink.
I will, my lord, I pray you, pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Nothing neither way. Have a you now.
Hark them, they are insects.
Nay, come again.
Eurydice? Why, as a would go to mine own springe or shriek, I am justly killed with my own treachery.
How does the queen?
She swooned.
The drink, the drink. Oh, my dear Hamlet, the drink, the drink. I am poisoned. I can't no more. The king's to blame.
The point. And venom too. Then, venom, to thy work.
Treason! Treason! Oh, yet divide me, friends, I am but hurt.
Here, thou incestuous, murderous, drink all this poison. Is thy union here? Follow my mother. I follow thee. I am dead, Horatio. Wretched queen, adieu. You that look pale and tremble at the chance that are big mules or audiences to this act, had I but time as this fall surgeon's death, instrict his arrest, oh, I could tell you. But let it be, Horatio, I am dead. Thou liest, report me, and cause me to be unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. Here's yet some more liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup and let go. By heaven, I'll have't a good Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. If thou diest, ever hold me in my heart, absent thee from felicity a while, absent thee from, and in this harsh world, draw thy breath in pain and tell my story. What warlike, oh, I die, Horatio. The point and poison quite overwhelms my spirit. I cannot live to hear the news from England, but I do prophesy the election lights on Fortinbras. He has my dying voice, so tell him, with the occurrence more and less, which has solicited, the rest is silence.
Now cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. Any flights of angels using me to thy rest? Why does the drum come hither?
Where is this sight?
What is it ye would see? If aught of woe or wonder, cease your search.
This scurry cries in heaven, on proud death, what face is stored in thine eternal cell? That though so many princes at a shot so proudly has struck.
Not from his mouth had it the ability of life to thank you. He never gave commandment for their death. But since so jump upon this bloody question, you from the Pollock wars and you from England, high art here arrived give order that these bodies high on a stage be placed for view. And let me speak to you, a knowing world, how these things come about. So shall you hear of carnal, bloody, and unnatural acts, of accidental judgments, casual slaughters, of deaths put on by cunning and forced cause, and in this upshot purposes mistook, fallen on an inventor's reed. All this can I truly deliver. Of that I shall have also cause to speak, and from his mouth, whose voice will draw on more, but let this same be presently performed. Even while men's minds are wild, less more
Let four captains bear Hamlet like a soldier to the stage, for he was likely have been put on to have proved most royally, and for his passage the soldiers, music, the rights of war. Speak loudly of him. Take up the bodies, such as a sight as this becomes the field, but there shows much amiss. Go bid the soldiers shoot a dead mark.